When you're taking pictures, sometimes you can't fit the entire scene in just one photograph, as you can see here in this example. In those cases, you can use OpenCV to merge all these images into a single picture, showing the entire scene as you can see here. This is usually called a panoramic image, or panorama. In this video, we're going to use a technique called image stitching to create the panorama. We're going to see the code required to create panorama here, which is basically the example provided by OpenCV. One thing here that you can see is that you have a vector of images. Those are the images that you have that you want to use for creating the panorama. Then you need to declare the panorama as a matrix. And this is the important part. You need to create an object, a stitcher object, with just the default values. And what you have to do with that object is to just call the stitch method with the list of images that you have, which is a vector of images, and also with the panorama, which is where you're going to store the panorama. And you have a status here. So basically, after you call that stitch method, you can test if the panorama is actually correctly created or if there's any problem. So if there isn't any problem, you have the panorama created, you can then just simply write the image to disk with this function, image write, with the result name, which is basically result.jpg, and the image that you want to write. That's everything that you need to do in the code. So now I'm going to run it. First, I'm going to erase this image here. And then I'm just going to go to where the example is already compiled, which is inside the build directory in the binaries. And the name is stitching. So the only thing that you need to provide to this example is the list of images that you have. In this case, I'm going to use these 1, 2, 3, and 4 pictures here. So I just give it to them. And what basically OpenCV is doing here is finding features or important areas of every image. And then it tries to match the features from one image to the others. By doing that, it uses that information to merge all the photograph into the final image. And as we can see here, it's almost done. And when it's finished, it should create the image. Here it is. So here's the resulting image, which is the final panorama. And here it is. As you can see, it is very easy to create your own panorama using OpenCV.